Okay, as we continue with this, you can see now that we have two solids, a hub and a rim over here. But what SolidWorks also does is it keeps track of the solid bodies. And if I click that down arrow, it's got my solids here of the hub and the rim. As we start making these more advanced parts, if they can't be extruded in one sketch, then it makes sense to do it the way we're doing it. And some of you may go on to more advanced classes. We don't offer them yet, but this will be the multi-body part will be explored a lot more. So we're going to create two sketches. One sketch is going to go from the hub out to the rim, and that is the sketch that we're going to push our design along, and we're going to create a solid that way. The other sketch is what we're going to create the shape that we're going to push along. Once we have that one created, well, then we can make a pattern of it, and we can equally space it as many times as we want around the hub and the rim. So the first thing we have to look at is we're going to change this display a little bit. And if I come over here and I drag this out until I see this arrow appear here. And if I click on this arrow, now I've got some other options here that I can use. So what I want to be able to do is I want to see what I sketched before. And I don't see any sketches listed here yet. I mean, I know they're there because we created them. And if I had a really complicated feature tree, what I could do is I could come up here, and this is like a search bar, and if I typed in even just the first few letters of, say, sketch, or if I type in sketch, and then bring this down, it finds the sketches for me. And then if I click on one of these and illuminate it up here, you can see now it illuminated that sketch that we used to create those solids. Okay, I'm just going to tighten this back up again. I don't need to see this. But what we want to do is we're going to come up, and both of these were created on the right plane. We're going to create another sketch on the right plane. And then we're going to go up here to our display style, and we want to bring this to a wireframe but with hidden lines visible. And now what you see is we've got our sketch profile, but I can still see the hub, I can see the rim, but I can see our two sketch profiles, and now I can see how I want to connect these two together. So we're going to begin our sketch with the first line. And so I'm going to select line, and I don't want to be on the top. I want to come just down below it, but I want to start on this vertical center line. And so you can see I've got my coincident symbol highlighted. And so I'm going to click, and I know I'm attached to it. I want to come out, I don't know, about here. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a tangent arc. We've done this before. So I'm going to click, but before I move it, I'm going to come out. I'm going to come back to the end point, and then I'm going to come out again. And it's going to make a tangent arc. And I'm just going to come up about here somewhere. I'm going to click again. And I want to do the same thing. So I'm going to come out. I'm going to come back again. And then I'm going to go out. And I want to make this endpoint of this horizontal. The way we do that is I'm looking for my inference line. And you can see it there. Actually, I'm going to go a little bit. But if I bring it too far, that inference line goes away. If I go up too far, it goes away. And so right there, if I get that vertical inference line, that means that end of the arc is horizontal. And so I'm going to click it there. And now I can make a horizontal line that just goes out, and we can just click it out here somewhere. It doesn't matter because we're going to trim it anyway. The first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on the end of this and hold left click. We're going to hold this down, and I'm going to drag this it allows me to drag this, and I'm going to drag this back, and I'm going to put the end point of that line on the center point of that oval. And I'm looking for that coincident mark, and so I'm going to drop it there. That coincident relation now means that the end point of that line and the center point of this oval share that point. Next, I'm going to come over here. I'm going to click on this line, and I'm going to hold my control key down, and I'm going to drag this. Oh, let me do that over again. Actually, let's just click this. Let's hold our control key down and click on this center point. We should be able to add, yeah, there we go, coincident relation. And click OK. And now it made that line still connected to the center line, but now also right in line with the center point of that arc. Okay, so let's go back to our display, and our display, we're going to go back to shaded with edges, and now we can see the solids that we made before. We can see our sketch line, and this line is going to be the path of the spoke. And now we want to go in and click either arc, hold your control key down, click the other arc, and let's add a relation and make them equal. Click OK. So let's put a dimension. We want to go from the center here to the start of this arc, and we're going to come up here. We want that to be 55 millimeters, and then we're going to come down and we'll click OK on this, and then we can take either arc and we're going to dimension it, and we're going to bring this out here, and we want this to be a radius of 29, and you can see that they both move because we set them to be equal. We're going to click OK. So you can see now that it's fully defined, and we're going to come up and we're going to exit the sketch, and that now is our sketch path. That is the path of the spoke. Next, we're going to create the profile in the next video.